Hi, am I on the air?
Yep.
Fuck.
Thanks.
Do I have everybody's attention now? Do I have everybody's attention now?
John, I got you.
John, do I have everybody's
Sunday
attention
night.
now?
You put them cameras on me, then you must be willing to get that heart touch. This a must-see feeling. The news ain't good, then it must be villain. So I say a tag grounded, I don't trust these ceilings. Spread across your nose, and I'm on your ear. Highest necks on the cloud. Am I in the air? Sunday nights, prime time. I flex mine better. Voltron transform to DX Don. Mega and obscene. You probably think I'm nice, cause I slow like a stream to your wireless device. And the smoke full of steam on any given night. How short like a piece of any given slice. And for the latest and what is best about, I tune in and tune the rest out. Done. You gotta tell them, am I in the clear? Is this thing on? Am I on the air? On the air.
Hi, am I on the air?
Well, what is going down, everybody? Welcome back to another brand new edition of Am I on the Air? It is our last episode of 2018. Can you believe it? I cannot believe it. This is season 17. It's episode 12. It probably will be season 17's season finale because we got to start fresh in 2019, right? So season 17, episode 12, tonight's show is titled, A Cover Is Not the Book. I am your host, Don Mega. I welcome you to the show. It is Sunday night, December the 30th, rolling into the 31st, as I record this very late at night on Sunday night. It's just about midnight. And we're broadcasting live here from the Red Dragon Studios here in Tucson, Arizona. Wanted to get the episode done tonight because it's going to be a busy week as we wrap up 2018 tomorrow, New Year's Eve, and then New Year's Day on Tuesday. I can't believe it's 2019 already. What a year it has been. What a year for Am I on the Air, getting onto Spotify, getting onto iHeartRadio, and just having you guys continue to support us week in and week out. I love you all for that. Thank you so much. I mean, just what a year in general for life, work, family, everything all above. Woo, it's been a doozy. Now, yes, we did not have a new episode last week, so I wanted to let the last episode, Swimming with the Fishes, marinate a little bit. We got to record Aquaman or do the Aquaman review a week early. So last week when it officially came out, I already had the review obviously up and running for you guys. We saw Spiderverse and we saw The Mule. So there was 3 big releases, 3 big movie reviews on that last episode. And then when last week rolled around and it was time to do a new episode once again, there really wasn't much to talk about, to be honest. The week of Christmas, and I hope you all had an amazing Christmas. And if you don't celebrate Christmas, I hope you had a lovely holiday with friends and family and everything in between. It was a really dead week in news. I mean, every day there was maybe one little nugget of news, maybe 2 if we were lucky. There was not much news last week at all. So there was really no rush to hurry up and do another episode. So I decided to wait an extra week. That way we could come here tonight. We can talk all the other new releases that have come out, and then, of course, talk the news, because, like I said, it's been pretty slow overall. But don't fret, I have a handful of movie reviews to go over, and I'm really excited to do that. Excuse me. Woo! I have 3 big new reviews for you. We're going to talk Bumblebee, we're going to talk Holmes and Watson, and we're going to talk Mary Poppins Returns. I even saw Spider-Man Into the Spiderverse for a second time, so I'm going to give you my round 2 interpretation here real quick. And I actually caught up on some new release movies over on Netflix as well over the last couple weeks. I saw Mowgli, saw the Christmas Chronicles, and of course, the talk of the town, Bird Box. So basically, in general, we got 6.5 reviews here for you. And then, of course, the news of the last couple weeks. So we got stuff for you. It's going to be a fun episode, ladies and gentlemen. So strap on in and let's get this season finale going. Like I said, the last episode of 2018. This is crazy. All right, let's do it. Let's start, of course, with our big box office reviews. Now, last week when I didn't do an episode, I did see Bumblebee. So that was the big release of last weekend that I got out to go see. And, this here is a prequel to the Michael Bay films. This takes place in 1987, and it is the same Bumblebee from that timeline. There's a little bit of tweaks here or there, but for the most part, they do kind of link it up pretty well with the original Transformers series, that you can see kind of where it's going. I'll tell you, the first 5 minutes of this movie, man, had me on the edge of my seat. The movie starts off in Cybertron, and it just, so much greatness is going on there, and you see all the Transformers in their G1 designs, and you're just like, oh my god, this is incredible, right? And then, and this is non-spoiler, so don't worry, I'm not really giving anything away. Optimus sends Bumblebee to Earth and says, hey, we found this planet, go down there, check it out, see if it's cool. If it is, we'll come down and we'll meet up with you and kind of seek refuge there. So Bumblebee comes down, he gets in some fights, and that's where he loses his voice box, just like in the original films. And he meets Charlie, who's played by Haley Steinfeld, and creates this friendship with her. And, of course, the military, though, is looking for Bumblebee, and this military group is headed up by John Cena. And, without getting into spoilers, you know how it goes at this point. There's 2 Decepticons that come down that are trying to find Bee, along with the military, and Haley Steinfeld is trying to protect Bee and have a happy ending. I will say this for Bumblebee. This movie here... I'm trying to think of the right words that I want to kind of put into it because, I am a massive fan, say what you will, about the Michael Bay Transformers films. There's been 5 of them, and with the exception of the last movie that came out, The Last Night, I have loved the other 4. The first Transformers film that came out is one of my all-time favorite movies ever. I really enjoyed 2. I really enjoy Dark of the Moon. I really enjoy Age of Extinction. And like I said, I was pretty let down with Last Night. But hey, there's a hiccup in every franchise, right? So, and I know a lot of people out there are not fans of the Michael Bay Transformers movies, and they've been wanting something different for a long time. So along comes this Bumblebee movie, right? And it's directed by Travis Knight, who did Kubo and the Two Strings. And this is his first live-action movie. And everybody is loving this movie, right? It's 95% on Rotten Tomatoes. Everybody's ranting and raving. This is the Transformers movie we've always wanted. This is the Transformers movie we always needed. Finally, somebody does this justice. And I walked out of Bumblebee saying that was a really good movie, but I did not enjoy it as much as the Michael Bay movies. I came out of the movie very much with a vibe that the movie was just very kiddie. I'm trying, it's an interesting way to put it. I mean, it felt very PG, very 80s, very E.T. of a story. It's very toned down, and it's just about this girl and her car and this girl and her robot. Not that there's anything wrong with that. It's just, for me, it's not the Transformers movie I wanted. I wanted more fighting. I wanted more robots. I wanted more explosions. I wanted more action. And I didn't get that with this film. I still really, really enjoyed it. I thought Haley Steinfeld was fantastic. I think she's one of the best actresses that's up and coming right now. John Cena, hey boy, I love you. I'm a big WWE fan, but John Cena was not very good in this movie. I don't know what was going on with John Cena's character in this movie. But, usually I really dig. And he's been doing great in comedies lately, but this was not his forte. The graphics were cool. What I really loved about this movie was the heart. It had really good heart. It had lots of good humor. I love the relationship between Haley Steinfeld's character and Bumblebee. That all worked, and it worked really, really well. Just overall for me, it just felt very toned down. It felt very, we gotta make a Transformers movie that's very family friendly to sell some toys. And they accomplished that, but everybody's eating it up so much that I'm just like, what am I missing here? You know, and I'm just like, is it the hate for Michael Bay that everybody's just so jazzed that there's a Transformers movie that's not Michael Bay, so they're just loving it no matter what? That's what I kind of almost feel like coming out of this thing. But hey, I'm not trying to take anything away from Bumblebee. Like I said, it has tremendous heart. It's got good action when the action happens, because there's a lot of downtime that nothing is happening. The visuals are great, and the relationship is great between all the characters. Bumblebee, how do you not fall in love with that character? He's just such a cool robot. We all want our own Bumblebee. Excuse me. Score-wise, this is one I've been flipping back and forth on ever since I saw the movie. I think where I finally land on this movie is I will give it 4 stars, but it barely gets it. I kind of want to fall on 3.5. But if you've been listening to me for any point of time, you know I don't like half stars. So I'm going to round it up and I'm going to give it a 4. But I am going to preface it saying that it barely makes that. It's really because of the rounding. If I was being completely fair, this would probably be 3.5 for me. But it is a really good movie. I'll probably go see it again and take my daughter, because I think she'll really, really love it. But there you go. That's my review of Bumblebee. So, we're going to skip forward a week, and then this past Friday, I ended up seeing Holmes and Watson. Now, this, of course, is the new comedy with Will Ferrell and John C. Reilly, and I love these guys. Once again, I love these dudes. They are hilarious. Step Brothers, I think, is one of the greatest comedies of all time. Talladega Nights, how do you not love that movie? Anything these two do together is fantastic. Until now. You know, I started to get worried when the trailers started dropping. I heard this movie was coming last year. We've obviously talked about it here on the show. And I was like, okay, I can dig it, you know, a comedic take on Sherlock Holmes and Dr. Watson. All right, cool. And then the first trailer dropped a couple months ago, and I did not like the trailer. You can go back and watch my Stardust of it, and you can see I'm disappointed. But I said, you know what? It's a trailer. Maybe they're just saving the funnier parts for the movie, and, you know, we'll go from there. A second trailer never happened. They only did one trailer for this movie, which was another bad sign. And then it came out on Christmas Day. There was no critic screenings for this movie until the day it came out. So there was no early reviews, which is another very bad sign. And when it first hit Rotten Tomatoes, it was at 0% for a full day. And then it went to 6%, and now it's at 7% rotten. So, you know, a lot of people at that point would say, I'm going to skip this film. But not me, because, you know, I love to go out there and I love to give these films a chance. And with this film and with who's in it and everything going for it, I said, you know what? I don't believe these reviews. I don't believe in everything that I'm reading. I'm seeing articles about people leaving and storming out midway through and being angry about finishing it and all kinds of stuff. And I said, no, not me. I'm going to go enjoy this thing and have a good time. So I went and saw it Friday night, and it's not very good. It's not very good. I thought for sure I would come out of this thing saying 3 stars, 4 stars. Like, I don't know what people are thinking. Oh, it's bad. It's bad. It's really bad. I chuckled several times throughout it, but chuckled. I don't think there was anything in the movie that gave me a very hearty ha 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 kind of laugh. It was just kind of overall, most of the stuff was very cringeworthy. The jokes did not hit. They fell flat. It just felt bad. And in the end, I just did not care for this movie. I felt bad for the actors, man. I don't know. You know, I saw this one with Geeky Pat, and when we got out, Geeky Pat liked it more than I did. He actually gave it 3 stars. But we kind of were talking about what is happening with these actors lately, like Will Ferrell and, you know, Vince Vaughn and Owen Wilson and stuff like that, and Adam Sandler. Like, is it just that, you know, people's comedic takes have changed so much, and just they've gotten older and we've gotten older, but the younger people just don't care and their stuff's not funny to them anymore? It's a very interesting dichotomy if you really sit and think about it. Well, that's for another time and place. I was disappointed. I really, really was. I won't say it's super, like, it's a giant piece of shit or anything, but it's not very funny. And I would only give it 2 out of 5 stars. I'm bad. It's bad. I've had to tell friends that are super excited to see it, don't bother. Save your money. And I hate to do that. You know, I even read an article over the weekend about Sony actually tried to sell this to Netflix to put out, and Netflix was like, nah, we're good. So they knew they had a stinker on their hands, and they tried to unload it, and even Netflix didn't want to bite off that one right there, which is pretty bad when it really comes down to it. So yeah, very disappointing. I still love these guys, and the only reason it's probably getting 2 stars is because of these 2 guys that lead the film, and I did at least chuckle a couple times. So 2 out of 5 for Holmes and Watson. Now, yesterday I got to see Mary Poppins Returns with my wife and my daughter. Nice family time out at the movies. I've been very interested in seeing this movie and what it is, because Mary Poppins is one of those rare films that I really recall my childhood with. I remember growing up watching Mary Poppins so many times and watching it with my mom, and just really having a connection to that film. And I still remember all the songs in my head, and it's been crazy. So seeing they were bringing it back, and Emily Blunt was taking over, and Lin-Manuel Miranda was joining up, and it was just like, okay, they had the right pieces to the puzzle. Could they execute it? And I have to say they did. I had a really good time with Mary Poppins Returns. It's a fun family flick. It really, really is. If you're a grown-ass dude just going to the movies to watch this by yourself, I don't know how you'll walk away with it. But as somebody that was going with a wife and a child, I had a smile on my face the whole time. The movie, the best word I can use to sum it up watching Mary Poppins Returns is happy. The movie made me happy. It made me smile. It made me feel good inside. And I thought Emily Blunt was just so fantastic as Mary Poppins. I would love to see her come back and do this again and do more Mary Poppins. That would be awesome. She was so perfect. A perfect follow-up to Julie Andrews. Her singing voice, beautiful. And we all know what Lin-Manuel Miranda can bring to the table. The guy is awesome as well, and he gets to do a lot of singing and dancing in this thing. And there's some really good catchy songs in this one too. Nothing really stood out to me as much as, you know, like Supercalifragilisticexpialidocious or Spoonful of Sugar or I Love to Laugh, like the things that really just won me over in the first film. There's a couple songs in this one that kind of stuck with me. You know, one mainly being, that's what our show title tonight, of tonight's episode is, A Cover Is Not the Book, and that is a song from Mary Poppins Returns that's really, really good. You know, Mary Poppins comes back in this movie to take care of all the Banks. You know, it's the Banks children she watched in the original film are now grown up, and they have children of their own, so she's kind of helping the whole family in general, along with the kids, and, you know, I don't want to spoil anything else going on in the movie, but it's just fun, and it's happy, and it's a great time at the movie theater. So there you go, man. Mary Poppins Returns, I would give 4 out of 5 stars to. Almost perfect. Catchy songs, great acting, great singing, and just a very, very worthy follow-up to one of the best Disney films ever. Mary Poppins. So there you go there. And then, like I said, I did go back today with my daughter and my wife again to see Spider-Man Into the Spiderverse. My daughter's been asking me all week to see this movie again, and my wife actually did not get to see it. She had knee surgery last week, and she wasn't able to get to the theater last weekend. So she still wanted to see it, so I said, hey, let's go. It's a Sunday. We're not doing nothing much. Let's go check out Spider-Man. So we went and saw it again, and I really, really love this film. It's so much fun, and it's really funny, and I have to say I enjoyed it more on the second go-round than I did the first. I walked away picking up on little Easter eggs, picking up on things that unfolded in the movie that I didn't catch the first time. It's always fun when you watch a movie a second time and the things you pick up on. Miles is such a great character. Peter B. Parker is such a great character. Gwen. The way every character in this movie is portrayed is great. The acting, the voice acting, the action. It's just a fun movie, man. And, you know, watching my daughter in the seat next to me and just watching her get giddy over this film made me giddy over this film. You know, and, you know, we got home and she's like, I want to see it again. And I can't wait till we can watch it at home. And she's asking me when I can buy it at home. And it's just really cool, man. Just goes to show you. So I don't want to spend too much time on it. We already reviewed this film. But I wanted to let you know that the film definitely holds up on repeat viewings. And I'm glad we got to see it again. I really, really dug it on the second go-round. So there's your big box office reviews. So let's review real quick. Bumblebee, 4 out of 5. Holmes and Watson, 2 out of 5. Mary Poppins Returns, 4 out of 5. And Spiderverse would get a 4 out of 5 as well. So some really good films out there. If you haven't gone out and supported these films, go out, check them out, and support them. And of course, Aquaman is killing it at the box office right now. That's a 5-star film right there. I don't want to let Aquaman get trampled behind all of this. I can't wait to see it again. I do want to see Aquaman a second time, especially in IMAX, because I did not get to see it in IMAX in the first go-round. So that is my hope. We'll see if that ends up happening, but that is the plan at this point. So let me switch gears to a couple of Netflix things real fast. I'm not going to spend a tremendous amount of time, but I wanted to let you know some overall thoughts. So I finally checked out Mowgli, Legend of the Jungle on Netflix. This is the, what's his name? Andy Serkis. This is the Andy Serkis version of The Jungle Book. It's darker. The mocap is crazy on this film. I mean, you can sometimes see people's faces in the animals. It's kind of creepy. But it's a different take. It's not trying to be what Jon Favreau did with Jungle Book. But in essence, it's a lot of the same story. I actually ended up liking Mowgli a lot more than I thought I would. I still enjoyed Jungle Book a hell of a lot more. But I did have a good time with Mowgli. And I think, you know, hey, if you got some time to kill on Netflix, give this one a watch. The next one I would do is the Christmas Chronicles. You know, we watched this last weekend before Christmas. You know, we were in the mood, flipping through Netflix and said, you know what, let's check out the Christmas Chronicles with Kurt Russell. And it was really cute too, you know, really, I don't know if I'd watch this if my daughter wasn't around. But Kurt Russell is a fantastic Santa Claus. He's so good in this film. It's actually got some really good laughs. It's a fun Christmas story. So, you know, if you got little ones and, you know, you're looking for something fun to watch together as a family, I would definitely check out the Christmas Chronicles. And of course, the hotness right now is Bird Box. I saw this trailer about a month ago and I was like, oh my God, this movie looks great. And I couldn't believe it was a Netflix film with Sandra Bullock and John Malkovich. I mean, this looks like a big theatrical film. So I checked this out last weekend when it came out. And it's been funny seeing how many memes. There's memes everywhere for Bird Box right now. It's been really, really funny to watch. But in essence, in the movie, something happens and people start just dying and killing themselves. And people have to start blindfolding themselves because if you see this, whatever it is in the film, and I don't want to spoil anything, if you see it, you die, basically. So in the movie, there's somewhere that Sandra Bullock needs to go, and she's got her 2 children with her, and she's trying to do this journey blindfolded and getting there, but it's also flashbacking to the things that have happened prior. It's pretty intense. It's pretty cool. This movie is a genuine mix of A Quiet Place and The Happening. Now, I know most of you will be like, The Happening, I hate that movie. It's better than The Happening. So, but that is the best way that I can kind of compare the films, is A Quiet Place and The Happening. It's very intense. Sandra Bullock is great in it. There's some really cool moments in the film. There was some stuff that kind of disappointed me, and I wished it would have done a little bit differently. But overall, once again, for being a Netflix film and just being something that you can watch for free at home over the weekend, I highly recommend Bird Box. I mean, this is something I would have gone to the theater to see, and I would have really enjoyed and probably given like 4 stars too. So I definitely think you should check out Bird Box. So, man, it's been a good couple weeks for movies, man. Bumblebee, Holmes and Watson, Aquaman, Mary Poppins Returns, Spider-Man Into the Spiderverse, Mowgli, Christmas Chronicles, Bird Box. I mean, man, it's been crazy. So, let me clear my throat. Okay, let's get into the news of the last couple weeks, because we're already 25 minutes into the show and we haven't even gotten to news yet. But like I said, it's been pretty slow, so I don't think we'll have trouble getting through this. All right? So, in trailer speak, we got the new Secret Life of Pets trailer. This one here focuses on Snowball, the rabbit, that Kevin Hart does the voice for. So check out the Snowball trailer for Secret Life of Pets, which is really cool. And once again, quick shout out, if you want to see all the greatest and latest trailers, go to our website, amiontheair.com, click on the trailers tab, and you can check out all the brand new trailers that have come out. Another trailer that came out is Where'd You Go, Bernadette? Check out that trailer. It looks very weird. We have Everything Wrong with Justice League in 24 minutes or less. We have the Honest trailer for Mary Poppins. Look at that. Bravo is developing a Queer as Folk reboot. Jay Basu is set to write the Battlestar Galactica reboot for Universal Pictures. George Takei is signed on for Season 2 of The Terror. Young Justice Outsiders, the synopsis for the new season has been released, and this hits the DC Universe app here actually on Friday, so keep an eye out for that. Amblin TV is developing a series adaptation for Rashomon. James Wan confirms The Conjuring 3 plot details, so check that out if you are interested. Remember, all this news can be found on our Twitter and our Facebook page. So if I don't get into detail enough for you on something you want to know more detail about, just check our social media and you'll be able to find it. Sometimes I just want to give you the headline because I don't want to spoil something for somebody that doesn't want to be spoiled. A Rosa Parks biopic is in development from Winter State Entertainment. Van Helsing has been renewed for Season 4 over on the Sci-Fi Channel. Freeform is developing a series based on The Turn of the Screw. The Chilling Adventures of Sabrina has been renewed for 16 more episodes over on Netflix. CBS has canceled Elementary ahead of its Season 7 premiere. Ansel Elgort is going to star as the Great High School Imposter. Disney's Lady and the Tramp remake will feature real dogs in the live-action version that they're doing. Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson reveals Isa Gonzalez's character in his Hobbs and Shaw spinoff movie. Idris Elba confirms that a big screen version of his character Luther is on the way. So that's very interesting because they're still making the TV show, but he's saying that a film version is on the way. You can now watch Disney Pixar's short film Bao on YouTube, so check that out. Mid-season premiere dates are coming out for John Legend's The Voice debut, Good Girls coming back, World of Dance. Check out the article for when all the mid-season premiere dates will be for all your favorite shows. I'm looking very forward to Good Girls coming back. That was a show that I really dug the first season on, and I've been waiting. Looks like March is what I'm going to have to wait to now, and I do love me some World of Dance, so I can't wait for that to come back. So along with more episodes being ordered for Sabrina, Netflix has confirmed that Seasons 3 and 4 have been renewed for The Chilling Adventures of Sabrina. let's see. We have your first look at Aladdin. Now, this is something that came out a couple weeks ago. It was an Entertainment Weekly cover, and everybody lost their mind because Will Smith was not blue. And people were like, oh my God, this is not my genie. He will be blue. It's been confirmed. This was just a picture for the magazine. He will be blue in the movie. So calm down, everybody. It's just a movie. It's just a movie. Calm down. We have your first official trailer for Hellboy. I really dug this trailer. Even though it looks like Ron Perlman, even though it feels like the Ron Perlman movie, this is not. It is a new, fresh take on Hellboy. And I, for one, am very down for that because I'm not a Hellboy fan. I didn't like those other two Guillermo del Toro movies. So I'm down to see the new David Harbour version here. This had a way more comedic take on it than I thought. Because I've been hearing nothing but this is rated R and it's deep and it's scary and it's dark. But this was a really funny trailer. But I dug it. I really did dig it. And I think you all should check it out. So check out the Hellboy trailer if you haven't seen it. Alexander Shipp is joining Adam Devine in the new upcoming comedy Lexi. Black Panther composer Ludwig Göransson is set to score The Mandalorian for Disney+. Reese Witherspoon is set to produce Eleanor Oliphant film adaptation. Netflix is set to remake Jimmy Stewart's Harvey. Billions Season 4 is given a premiere date of March 2019. The Deadwood movie is officially filming now, so we have your first look at the movie photos. The head of the Disney Plus streaming app says that it's definitely a possibility that the Defenders characters could return. So I'm glad to hear that. I'm glad to hear it from somebody dealing with Disney and Marvel that, hey, don't give up yet. They might be returning on the new Disney Plus service. John Boyega is set to tackle the law in the new film A Naked Singularity. Shawn Levy has stepped away from the Uncharted movie, so he will no longer be directing that. Ben Affleck is attached to star in a new wilderness survival drama called I Am Still Alive. To All the Boys I've Loved Before is getting a sequel, so part 2 is a go with Lana Condor and Noah Centineo. The Rock promises Fast and Furious fans will fucking love Hobbs and Shaw. That's right, man. I have no doubt, Rock. I know that movie's going to be badass. I am really, really stoked on that one. Sacha Baron Cohen says that his show Who is America will not get a season 2. He says there's just no way that he could really do it. So, good for him of knowing when to stop. You got to know when to hold them, know when to fold them. Lock and Key, the new show, has cast Connor Jessup to lead the new Netflix comic adaptation. The OWN network has canceled Love Is. We have the first promo for season 4 of Billions, which, like I said, comes out in March, so check that out. I do love the show Billions. It is really, really cool. My Hero Academia's 4th season will premiere later next year. Marvel characters and franchises made up 5 of the top 10 movies that dominated at the box office this year. That is right. I love that Marvel is just killing it. We have the first trailer for Men in Black International. That's right. It has finally happened, my friends. Men in Black International with Chris Hemsworth and Tessa Thompson, Liam Neeson. I did like this trailer. It wasn't as awesome as I had hoped it to be. It wasn't over the top funny like I thought it should be. And it didn't really focus too much on aliens like a Men in Black movie should be. But it does look good. It is just the first teaser trailer. I'm still very much sold. So check out Men in Black International. We have Everything Wrong with the Santa Claus in 14 minutes or less. The first trailer for Greta, starring Hit Girl. So check that out, Chloe Grace Moretz. Bad Boys 3 has added Vanessa Hudgens, Alexander Ludwig, and Charles Melton to the cast. Johnny Weir signs on for Netflix's new show Spinning Out. Guillermo del Toro is producing a Terrified remake for Fox Searchlight. Director Chad Stahelski discusses plans for more John Wicks sequels. He says they're not planning on stopping after number 3, which is fantastic for me because I love me the John Wick movies. Chambers, the new Netflix YA horror drama, has officially set its teen cast, so check that out. Luke Cage showrunner Chio Hodari Coker signs an Amazon overall deal, so he's jumping from Netflix to Amazon. Joanne Lippman's book, That's What She Said, is getting a TV adaptation. Ray Donovan has been renewed for season 7. When will this show die? I love me Ray Donovan. I really do. It's a great show, but I am shocked that it's coming back for a 7th season. I thought we were done with this one. We have a first look photo at the new Shaft film. You can check out 3 generations of Shaft all in one picture. In a really cool surprise in the video game world, the Spider-Man video game, which I'm still playing and absolutely love, we were awarded a free surprise last week when the Sam Raimi Spider-Man 2 suit was released as free DLC for the game. So you can now give him the Tobey Maguire Spider-Man suit, and it looks fantastic, and I love it. I play with him in that suit a lot. It looks really great, and I thank Insomniac Games for doing something cool like that. They knew the fans really wanted that suit, and they provided it, and they provided it for free. And that's something that's very rare these days, so thank you so much. Killing Eve's Jodie Comer is joining Ryan Reynolds in Free Guy. Netflix has completely rounded out its leads for its Lock and Key adaptation. Check that out. We got new photos for John Wick Chapter 3 that you can see. Netflix officially greenlights the To All the Boys I've Ever Loved Before sequel. I know I kind of talked about it earlier, but it was a rumor, and then Netflix officially came out and said, yes, it's true. I don't know what's been the big hubbub about this movie for whatever reason, but it's getting a sequel. Let's see. Jessica Alba and Gabrielle Union talk Bad Boys for Life, TV spinoff LA's Finest. The show that's not going to be on any major network. It's on some sort of streaming platform that nobody has. But I'm glad they're still moving forward with it. Maybe somebody else will pick it up. We've been getting lots of news about the Hobbs and Shaw spinoff with The Rock and Jason Statham. They're also saying that the movie will be much funnier than we're expecting. So funny, action, just pulse pounding. I'm excited, man. I'm super, super excited. You know what I'm also excited about? The talks are heating up for the Beverly Hills 90210 revival. That's right. Now, some of you might be saying, well, didn't they revive this already on the CW a couple years back? That was kind of a reboot. This is a revival. This is talking about bringing back Dylan and Brenda and, Jason Priestley and Donna and, all of them, man. Ian Ziering and Brian Austin Green and bringing everybody back. Why not? All these years later, they're grown up, they're married, they're divorced. What's going on in the world of the Beverly Hills 90210 crew? I need to know this, but talk is heating up. It looks like it'll probably go to a streaming service, and I am so down with this. We have your first teaser trailer for DC Universe's Doom Patrol, and Doom Patrol has been officially announced for February on the DC Universe app. I'm super stoked for this, and thank you, DC Universe, for finally putting your app on something other than Roku. It's now available on the Fire Stick. I'm still waiting for it to come to the gaming systems. I would rather have this on the PS4 or on my LG Smart TV. But thank God you're on something else other than Roku, because that was getting really old real quick. But I like this little teaser trailer. It's very short, but I am excited for Doom Patrol and cannot wait. And I'm glad to see February is when it's coming. Jacob Scipio and Paola Nunez have joined Bad Boys for Life, so really starting to ramp up the casting on this film. Let's see here. Lyric Bent is joining The Affair in its last season that's coming up. Stargirl has officially found her Tigress, Sportmaster, and Dragon King. That's right, they've all been added to the new show. Weird Al Yankovic, yes, is going to be playing Smoking Man Baby in Happy Season 2. The full A Very Spidey Christmas album is now available on Spotify and iTunes. I listen to it all the time. My daughter loves Spidey Bells, and it is a really funny little EP. It comes from the Spiderverse movie. Yes, you can listen to the full album now, and it's awesome. Let's see here. The official title for the Hobbs and Shaw Rock and Jason Statham spinoff movie has been revealed, and get ready for it. Are you ready? Are you ready? It is Fast and Furious presents Hobbs and Shaw. There you go. I'm sorry. I hope I built it up enough that you guys were like, what's it gonna be? What's it gonna be? You know, we've been calling it Hobbs and Shaw this whole time, but it is Fast and Furious presents Hobbs and Shaw. So there you go. It makes sense they do something like that. It's just like, you know, Solo, a Star Wars story, or Rogue One, a Star Wars story, that it still keeps that initial franchise name in it somewhere, but then you know what it's about. So I'm cool with it. John Wick director Chad Stahelski says he still really wants to do the Highlander reboot. He has not moved away from it, and they're still working on that. Adam McKay confirms that he did talk to Marvel about directing Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3, but he turned it down. We have an article up with the Titans showrunner on the season finale's exciting end credit scene. It is pretty cool. Titans did finish, and I did really, really like the season. I was a little bummed by the way that they kind of went out. From my understanding, there was supposed to be one more episode this season, and instead of that being the season finale, they saved it to play next year as the season premiere. So I feel a little shafted there, because the episode we did end on does not feel like the finale, because it really wasn't the finale. But you know what? I gotta have faith in them. I gotta trust in them. But there is a really cool end credit scene on the end of Titans that I think you'll really dig if you watch it. So check it out. Midnight Texas and Marwen have been canceled over on NBC. Z Nation has also been canceled over on the Sci-Fi Channel. Wow. Star Wars Episode 9 officially will pick up 1 year later after The Last Jedi, so we will have a time jump, which was cool and interesting to find out, because we went literally from Force Awakens into The Last Jedi with like no time in between, so it's cool to know that there's a 1 year jump between 8 and 9. Sorry, double checking something on here. Last weekend's box office, of course, Aquaman was the number one movie coming out. All the new movies that were released last week, Aquaman dominated, made over $100 million during the 5-day streak, and then over the weekend it brought in 67. It was the number one film by far, over Mary Poppins and Bumblebee and all the other movies that came out last weekend. You know, one of the movies that debuted last weekend too that I really wanted to see and I thought looked so good, but it's turned out now to be a massive bomb, and that's Steve Carell's new film, Welcome to Marwen. Welcome to Marwen, directed by Robert Zemeckis, with Steve Carell, looked so good to me. And the movie was originally supposed to come out in October, and they pushed it back to Christmas because of award season and all this stuff, right? The trailers have been fantastic. It looks so good. The movie's been getting really bad reviews, and nobody went to see it last weekend. It bombed with only a $2.4 million debut. It was the worst debut ever for Steve Carell. It was one of the worst debuts ever for a movie that was released in 2,000 plus theaters. It didn't even make the top 10 last weekend. And it will probably lose the studio at least $50 million. I'm shocked. I'm very, very shocked. Now, I'm part to blame here because I said I want to see this movie, and it's 2 weeks later, and I still have not seen it. You know, me and Geeky Pat are looking to see this movie this upcoming Friday, if it's still playing, which now looks to be very questionable. But I'm very, very shocked by this. Everybody I talked to that saw the trailer for this movie thought it looked really good. So I just don't understand why they moved it to Christmas, really. I know award season stuff, blah, blah, blah. If they would have left it alone in October, it would have done so much better. If they would have just released it in the first week or two of December, it probably would have done better because there was no competition. You could have been the only movie to come out. I don't really understand why they cram so many things into Christmas, but this was a massive, massive mistake. We also have, in our video series, Everything Wrong with Solo, a Star Wars story. You can check that out. We have a really cool, every year a couple sites do a really cool supercut of the whole year in film. And the first one is dropped. It's 2018 Cinema Supercut from Joe Blow. And it's fantastic. So we posted that one up. Check that out. Plus, on Christmas Day, the first trailer dropped for Jordan Peele's new horror movie, the follow-up to Get Out. It's called Us. And we have that trailer up and running. It's really good. It's really, really good. And it looks like he's got another surefire hit on his hands. So check out the Us trailer. Mom, Dynasty, The Gifted, they're all shows that are on the bubble right now. So they might not be making it after the end of this season. Along with Dancing with the Stars, Lethal Weapon, and Bull are also on that bubble. Supposedly an Optimus Prime movie is in the works. So they're working on doing a solo Optimus Prime movie, along with possibly another Bumblebee. So we'll see where it goes there. The Disney Fox deal is expected to close at the end of January. That's super, super exciting. We could finally get some official confirmation on new X-Men, Fantastic Four, what's going on with Deadpool. I'm glad to hear that we're so close to the official announcement coming. We have Everything Wrong with the Meg in 16 minutes or less. The new Tom Hanks Mr. Rogers movie is officially titled A Beautiful Day in the Neighborhood. We have all the free games coming to PlayStation Plus and Xbox Live Gold in January. Seth MacFarlane says that Season 2 of The Orville will be a major step up, and that debuts this week. John Boyega confirms the Episode 9 time frame, which we already talked about. It's a year later. Kevin Feige says that they are looking to start developing X-Men movies and stuff later in the year, if everything goes according to plan. But of course, he's very mum outside of that. Andrew Tribeca Season 4 premiered this weekend with a full season marathon. Episodes 1 to 5 was yesterday, and then episodes 6 through 10 was tonight. I've already binged episodes 1 through 8. I only have 2 more episodes to go. I love Angie Tribeca. It's so stupid, but it's so funny. It's very classic Naked Gun kind of parody humor, and it's just really, really funny, and they get some big names to cameo on the show. So I love that they did this marathon. I was able to sit tonight and literally binge the first 8 episodes of it. It's a very, after commercials, each episode's not even 20 minutes. It's worth the time. And I had fun with that this weekend. A Roger Rabbit sequel exists, but Robert Zemeckis doubts that Disney will ever do anything else with it. Netflix has confirmed that Bird Box is their most watched original film, so that's pretty awesome. Avengers Endgame has been crowned the 2019 most anticipated film by Fandango users. Glass is coming out in a couple weeks and is expected to break the box office with a projected $70 million opening weekend. Kevin Feige teases long-form narratives that Marvel can bring to Disney+. He says, they never really wanted to focus too much on TV. They wanted to do movies, but now with the Disney Plus service, he says they can do theatrical quality shows, but tell a longer narrative story. So they're looking to get really into this. I'm very excited about it, and so am I. Bird Box over on Netflix has been streamed over 45 million times in just 1 week. Wow, it is a big, big hit there. Congratulations, because that is pretty damn awesome. To break down exactly how Netflix looks at that, Netflix actually shed some light over the weekend on how it tracks views for original films like Bird Box. The company only counts once a view surpasses 70% of the total runtime, and that's including the credits. An account may include multiple views and viewers, but it's only counted once. So take that into consideration when we're telling you how much this thing has actually been viewed. We have The Kid Who Would Be King trailer and the new trailer for Teen Spirit. IG-88 is set to appear in the Mandalorian series. Remember that robot from Empire Strikes Back? He's going to pop up again. The ABC Murders are set to premiere on Amazon Prime Video in the United States. I got a bunch of Stardust reactions that are up on the site. So remember, if you haven't watched Stardust yet or not subscribed to the app, you must follow me at Simply Don Mega, DonMega, and you can see my reviews for trailers and movies and everything in between. Posted a bunch of them over the weekend. And you might even see a cameo from my daughter in one of them. But that is the last piece of news that I got for you, ladies and gentlemen. That will do it for the news portion of the last couple weeks. Let's talk box office and we'll wrap this baby up. Alrighty, coming out on DVD and Blu-ray this Tuesday is Bad Times at the El Royale, Night School, and Axel. Now, I already have Bad Times at the El Royale and Night School on my digital, and they're both worth checking out. I mean, Night School is just a silly, fun movie to kill some time with. Bad Times at the El Royale is a really, really cool film to check out if you missed it in the theater. In theaters this Friday is going to be Escape Room, so we'll see how well that thing ends up doing. New horror movie. I think it looks pretty good, but Geeky Pat doesn't want to see it. I'll have to check and see if my brother-in-law wants to see it. It's the only time that I can get to see something like that. Here's your box office top 10. Coming in number 10, it's Dr. Seuss The Grinch with 4.2 mil. Number 9 is Ralph Breaks the Internet with 6.5. Number 8 is Jennifer Lopez's movie Second Act, making 7.2. That actually went up week over week, so congratulations Jennifer Lopez on that. Number 7 is Holmes and Watson with 7.3 mil. Number 6 is Vice with 7.8. Number 5 is The Mule with 11.8. Number 4 is Spider-Man Into the Spiderverse with 18.3. Number 3 is Bumblebee with 20.5. Number 2 is Mary Poppins Returns, which also went up week over week. It actually made more money in its second weekend than it did in its first. Mary Poppins Returns makes $28 million this past weekend. And number 1, once again, for the second week in a row, Aquaman with $51.6 million. Now, worldwide, the film is closing in on $800 million. It's already made more money than Man of Steel, than Suicide Squad, than Justice League. And it's closing in now on those Wonder Woman and Batman v Superman numbers. So Aquaman here by the end of next month could be the biggest DCEU movie of all time. So congratulations to Waterman, Jason Momoa. Pretty awesome. Like I said, I can't wait to see it for a second time. I loved it. So there's your box office. And ladies and gentlemen, that is your show for the last show of 2018. It's a big supersized one. We're going on about 52 minutes right now. And that's because of all the damn reviews we had in the beginning, because there wasn't much news. So I hope we got a lot of good news to get to next week, if there's even news to talk about. So once again, we'll have to play next week's show by ear, because if there's no news coming out this week because of the holiday and everything, then it might not be worth it to even talk about a show. So we'll have to play it by ear. Keep you posted. Now we are looking to do the ever requested Am I Still on the Air spinoff episode for our top films of 2018. I made my list tonight. I have my top 10 set aside. I'm ready to go. I talked with Peeps. I talked with Friggins. I'll have to talk with Geeky Pat, see if he's got his. See if we can get the gang together. We haven't done it in a long time, and get everybody on at some point this week to record our top 10 films of 2018. I'm excited to see what everybody's got. This is always a really fun episode to do at the end of every year. And I will be doing my top 10 through Stardust as well. So if you want to kind of have a heads up, definitely follow me. I did this last year on Stardust and it was great. So follow me on Stardust. Simply again at Don Mega, DonMega. And let's check out the top films together. Yeah, so keep an eye out there for the Am I Still on the Air top 10 films of 2018 that I will be doing with the guys. So with that all being said, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for tuning in. Once again, our official webpage is amiontheair.com. You can check out everything on that website. Just go to it, check it out. Trailers, box office, everything. Listen to the show, amiontheair.com. Like us on Facebook at facebook.com/amiontheair. Follow us on Twitter at Am I On The Air. You can follow me directly on Twitter at DXDonMega, DXDonMega. Like I said, follow me on Stardust. That's the way to go. You can subscribe to us on iTunes. If iTunes ain't your thing, you can get us on Spotify, on Stitcher, on iHeartRadio, on TuneIn, on Google Play Music, on Google Podcast. We are all over the interwebs. Follow us, find us, and enjoy. Make sure you follow us on Instagram as well. Just search Am I On The Air and give us a follow there. YouTube is youtube.com/AmIOnTheAir. And our great affiliates at reddragonsradio.com. Follow on Twitter at Red Dragons Radio so you always know what's going down. We're always streaming on demand on the Red Dragons website. And that, my friends, will do it. We are now officially on December the 31st. I told you we rolled right into that midnight hour. It is now 1 a.m. and I bid you adieu. I got to get some sleep and start a whole new week of goodiness. Last day of 2018 into 2019. This is our last episode of 2018. It's been a hell of a year for Am I On The Air, and I thank you once again for being supportive and joining me on this ride each and every week. I hope you all have a great night. I hope you all have a great week. I hope you all have a great, safe New Year's Eve and a great, safe New Year holiday. Take care of yourselves and each other, and until next year, y'all. Peace!
Bye, everybody. Red Dragon. Red Dragon.